I've analyzed over 10,000 ad creatives in the last 12 months. 98% of them, they're making one of these 5 very costly mistakes. These are the 5 mistakes that are costing them from scaling profitably and really hitting that next level. So I've personally managed over $20 million in profitable advertising campaigns across every niche, every industry. I've truly seen it all, from lead gen campaigns to e-commerce to asynchronous businesses like telehealth businesses. So if your ads aren't converting the way that you want, I'm going to break down exactly what we see, the 5 most common mistakes that are preventing you from hitting that next level in your business. And for those of you that don't know me, my name is Daniel Walton. I'm a performance marketer. I help businesses go from 7 to 8 and 9 figures. I run a very small team of high-level digital marketers, and we share in the upside of this. I also have a mastermind where I coach 6 and 7 figure business owners who aren't quite a right fit to work with me to dial in their marketing and hit that next level. So let's dive right into mistake number 1. This is by far like the most common mistake that I see, and not even just the most common mistake, I would say the most costly mistake, which is the messaging. Messaging is everything. Messaging is who resonates with your ad. Most people don't ever take time to actually think about what their ideal client is going through. Most people jump straight into offer. Here's what we do, buy from me, and it doesn't convert. They also don't know how to truly speak to their client. For example, you've got ad number 1 and then you've got ad number 2. Ad number 1 is same offer, same business, says ready to lose weight, right? That's a very generic ad. That's what most people do, ready to lose weight, versus, I'll say this, I'll summarize this because it's gonna be long to write, but have you gone through a divorce and now you finally got your confidence back, you're finally ready to get back on the market, but you realize marriage and having kids has forced you to gain some extra weight that you're no longer proud of. You want to get back to that bod that you know you have, but menopause and all these other things that you're experiencing are preventing you from feeling your best self. That is a very direct message in an ad versus, hey, if you're looking to lose weight, we can help you lose weight. We help all these other people lose weight. It doesn't really speak to anybody. It speaks to nobody. 76% of Americans are overweight. So ad number 1, ready to lose weight, versus ad number 1, it's, are you divorced? Going through menopause, ready to get back on the market, but don't feel 100%. Then we go to what their desired outcome is. So I think one of the highest leverage things that I do in a business is I look at their ads. One of my clients, they actually were showing their ads to me and they're like, hey, if you're a moving company and your revenue's dropping, you're not hitting the revenue marks that you want. And he's like, I'm just getting a lot of poor people in my pipeline. I'm like, well, duh, obvious, you're literally saying, is your revenue declining? That's who you're calling out and who you're speaking to. People don't understand the messaging is what drives the revenue. You need to be so direct. You need to be able to articulate their circumstances to them. So what I gave my client's example, I said, look, here's what you need to do. Are you a moving company with 3 to 5 trucks? You're at capacity. You're no longer able to drive them because you're so busy, but you're ready to double and hit that next level in your business. It speaks directly to their circumstances. So you need to make a list of what the circumstances are. What are the circumstances of your ideal client? Not your worst client. What's your ideal client? Make a list of those circumstances. And then you don't want to just address surface level problems. Go to the root. For example, do you want to lose 30 pounds? Versus, do you want to lose 30 pounds in the next 90 days without giving up your favorite foods? Now that's the root of the problem. People want to lose the weight, but they're like, I don't want to give up my food. That's the real problem. Is I feel like I'm going to be restricted. I'm going to hate my life because I can't eat what I want. I love Doritos. I love Taco Bell. Whatever that thing is that they love, they feel like they can't give that up. So you want to go to the root of what their problem is. Now, if you want me to audit your ad creatives, tell you exactly what is wrong, whether it's your messaging, your offer, call to action, whatever it is. I work with business owners very selectively. If they're spending 20 grand per month or more and ready to scale to that next level, I can help you. Now, if you're not spending that and you want my help, I do have a coaching program. You can work one-on-one with me. I have group access. I turn master classes. If you've gotten value from my channel, I really dial in the master classes that I present to the group. And then you get access to my entire team. These are high level people as well that know all my strategies and systems. They can diagnose things for you. So I want to help people make money at the end of the day. And if that's you, knock out the application below and be ready to move forward. So problem number 2 is the hook. You have a good ad is going to have a 98% scroll through rate, which means only 2% stopped on the ad. Most of you who are struggling with your ads are probably in this 0.5% to 1.5% CTR. This is known as the click through rate. This tells you how many people were shown your ad and clicked it. You have 1.8 seconds to stop the scroll. This is how much time that you have. It has to be an engaging hook. Now, you don't have to do some gimmicky tactic, although those can work, but if you can't control that whole drive and that mechanism all the way through, then you're not going to do well. I used to see these people, they would do these viral hooks. They did these like viral clips of a ship sinking in the ocean, and they would jump to this ad. And I never jumped on it. It's like every marketer, they all do these trends. Like Alex Hormozi does something and then everybody else does it. Somebody does something and then everybody else does it, because most marketers, they don't watch my channel. They're not actual like thinkers. They're just copiers. You know, they just copy somebody else. And if you're copying somebody, you're never going to get the results that you want. And so what they were doing is they were putting all these viral hooks and getting people to stop. And the stop rate was very high, but the click-through rate and the conversion rate wasn't high, because it was training the algorithm to stop anybody, because it was just anybody would stop on this ad. So that's not an example of a good hook. Yeah, it's engaging, it stops the scroll, but if people aren't clicking through, that's no good. So you want it to be a genuine, like real hook that's relatable to the business. I market to clinic owners and doctors. I'll put myself in scrubs and wear a stethoscope because it speaks to them. You want something that is going to be engaging. Aside from the hook stopping the scroll, there's 2 main groups that your hook needs to attract. So number 1 now with Andromeda, and I've talked about Andromeda a lot, is you have to target meta first. The AI has to be able to read the hook and know who to place the ad in front of. This could be the copy on the ad. This could be the hook itself. It's analyzing the entire message of your ad and has to know exactly who to speak to. So first, Meta has to know who the ad is for. Then when Meta knows who the ad is for, then you have to have the right message again, which is going to be for the actual audience you are trying to speak to. So those are the 2 groups that you really need to align your hook with. That's going to be the first 3 seconds. And then from there, you'll dial in the messaging. Mistake number 3 is your ads look like ads. A lot of these people put these really high-end production into overly polished ads. People know their ads. So you want to have some content that actually looks like content you would see on the platform. Your ad is also going to attract the right people. If it doesn't have the right standard and you're selling to somebody, it's also going to, speak in a way that doesn't represent your business and who you're trying to attract. UGC content is very common, especially for UGC content. It needs to feel authentic. It can't be too rehearsed, can't be too scripted. A lot of businesses, they'll put these like really generic static ads that are just very offer heavy, and those ads look like ads. What happens when you do content like this is Meta punishes you. It's all about being rewarded by the Zuckerberg gods. If you create a good user experience, meaning people want to consume your content, they stop scrolling for your content, they have a diverse amount of content, there's certain things that you have to do that give Meta good signals. Stop rate, that's a big one. Hey, a lot of people are stopping on this. This is a good ad. We want to show this to more people. The watch time, the hook rate, the engagement rate, these are all metrics that Meta's analyzing. And guess what happens? You're gonna get rewarded or you get punished based off of this. A lot of these advertisers, I see these guys who they used to know the game back in like 2018, 2019, 2020. They then switched to like coaching, and now I'm watching them launch these offers and ads, and like they really just aren't doing any best practices. businesses and they're not having a good time. Like I see them just keep relaunching because they don't understand what Meta has changed. Like none of these strategies that used to work like 12 months ago work today. It's completely changed with Andromeda. So you want to make sure to watch all my videos on Andromeda so that you're not getting punished by Meta. And then what goes into mistake number 4, which is they don't have the volume. As I've talked about, you need creative volume. You want to see like 10 to 15 ads minimum. When we're in scaling mode, we're going to be like 40 plus ads. And then when I have a campaign that's like really doing well, it's going to be like 65 plus. Think of the amount of content now that Meta can show. Again, it's all about the user experience. So when you have your feed, which is like you have all the stories going this way, and then you have the feed going here, and then this is you. When somebody starts scrolling to here and they get hit with that first ad, well, guess why that ad got there? Well, because Meta has determined it's a good ad. And then they keep scrolling. They see the next ad and then the next ad. And then way down here is where they see your really shitty, poor production ad. And now you're getting somebody who's a doom scroller by having one ad. When you hit this range, this is where your ad now is here. Your ad is here. Your ad is here. It's the first ad on the scroll down. It's here. Well, guess what? Why does that happen? Well, because you gave Meta all these ads to now circulate. It knows this person's on the radar, but it cares about the user experience. That's it. When you understand they care about the user experience, you're going to give them things to continually show your market. So you want to have diverse messaging. You want to have a creative volume. And then I actually forgot about this one too. I'm going to add in another mistake is that diverse messaging. You can't just have 5 versions of the same ad. Like Meta says, absolutely not. What you need is 12 reasons somebody would buy, right? This is what makes you the money, right? You can't just have like one winning ad and then write it again. Meta is looking for messaging diversification. And if it doesn't, what happens is one of these ads isn't going to get spent. Like it's going to literally like get like a couple pennies and that's it. And you'll run it for like 17, 18 days and it'll have like no spend behind it. Well, what this means is Meta has determined it's the same message. You know, like I went through a couple programs where they had this format, this proven format, and it was like, here's this ad, this rips. And then all you do is you just change out the call out 1, call out 2, call out 3, and then you put it on this ad. Like that's not a diverse message. That's the same ad to Meta. So you'll do that and you'll have like, let's say you have 5 call outs, 5 hooks, and you have one ad and then 5 call to actions. Well, that's not a different ad. Meta sees it. They're going to choose what they think is the winner. So Meta is going to now spend on that winner and none of those others are going to get spent. So that's what messaging, having diverse messaging means. And then number 6 is they tried to reinvent the wheel. If you haven't seen my ad spying video, I encourage you to check it out here. I break down exactly how to ad spy like a pro. You want to know what is working. I'm not saying steal it. Like I see a lot of people funnel hack me and like, it's like retarded. You're not learning anything. It would be better for you to just DM me instead of like funnel hack somebody like myself because you're not getting the learning from it. You're just going to try to copy me. And when you copy me, it's not going to work. When you copy other people, it doesn't work because one, Meta's already found that this is working for somebody else. Like you think they're going to prioritize yours over it because you copied exactly what they're doing? No. So don't reinvent the wheel. Model people in other industries. Use proven frameworks and proven concepts. So this could be UGC. This could be podcast style. This could be talking head. So use stuff that you already know works. And then like most ads are going to follow some level of like format, which is going to be hook, problem, agitate, solution, and then call to action. This is like pretty standard across it. Like some people will have this format, some people will have this format. Again, pick a format, like stick to it. Don't overcomplicate it. So the hook is going to be like who you are calling out. So this would be an example of this format for like a telehealth brand. So you're crushing your New Year's goals. You've been going to the gym every single day like you promised yourself. We're now 6 weeks into it, but you're starting to get sore. You're starting to get fatigued. you're wondering, are you going to be able to maintain and hit the goals that you want? This soreness, it's causing you to lose sleep. It's causing you to not perform at your work. And this can affect a lot of things aside from just hitting your weight loss goal for the year, aside from showing up as you need to. You're not going to be able to lose that weight that you lost. But we have peptides that are performance peptides. These peptides help you recover faster and put on more muscle mass so that you can lose more weight. If you're on that weight loss journey and you don't want to miss out, you don't want to miss at the gym, you don't want to deal with all the soreness and fatigue that you're experiencing from hitting the gym so hard, we've got XYZ Performance Peptide. Make sure to click the link to get started. Very simple. So hook, we had a problem, right? So New Year's resolution, working out a lot. Now you're dealing with all this soreness, and this soreness is causing more problems, which are, I can't keep working out. I can't show up at work as I need to. It's affecting my income. Now I'm concerned, do I have to compromise on my goals, right? That's agitating it. Now here's the solution and here's the call to action. There's a lot of different formats. Like you have AI, just go look at some formats, top formats for ads, and choose those, stick with those. Go through this video, watch it again. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe it. First things first, get your messaging dialed in. Think of a good hook that's gonna stop the scroll. Make your ads look like content that's on the platform that needs to be consumed. Get a volume of content. Now, if you're only spending like a couple $100, you need like 3 to 5 ads. That's it. And then have diverse messaging. Once you start winning and start converting deals, now think of more angles and ways that you can scale that up. And then don't reinvent the wheel. Like when you go about writing these ads and coming up with these concepts, like take what's working from other industries. Don't copy your competitors, because then you're going to look like your competitors. And then that doesn't help you. Look what people are doing in other industries and use the proven frameworks. But now you need to learn what actually works to create winning ads. And there's a creative strategy. It's a complete process that I've developed from running 8 and 9-figure brands. These are brands that do over $100 million in revenue. It's consistently producing scroll stopping content that gets rewarded by Meta and Andromeda with high click-through rates and low CPMs. So make sure to check out this video where I reveal the complete ad creative playbook. I show you exactly how to avoid costly mistakes and scale your campaign so that you can finally hit that first 100K month.